I happened to come across something um, about the Bible the other day that it described um, Jacob's first wife, Leah, the one who was less attractive, as having her eyes as being soft eyes, tender eyes. In some translations, there's been different interpretations of how her eyes are supposed to be seen. Were they sad eyes? Were they soft eyes because she had been crying because she wasn't nearly as pretty as her sister Rachel? Were they tender eyes because she really did have a tender heart? You know, there's a lot of ways actually that one thing can be translated. And that fact in and of itself kind of spoke to me of the richness of that story, of, how to see Leah's eyes. Leah was the one that, he works to get Rachel's hand. He works for 7 years because he wants to marry Rachel. Then on his wedding night, he finds out that he's married Leah because of the fact that the father said it's not customary to allow the younger daughter to marry before the older daughter. So then he has to put another 7 years in before he can marry the woman that he really wants to marry, who is Rachel. But again, I was struck again by the whole idea of her eyes. The eyes being soft eyes is it because her heart is tender? Or did her eyes get soft because they were red and crinkly from crying, because of her sense of rejection, because of the fact that her father had gotten her married through trickery, and we don't even know whether she consented to the marriage or not. We know that he got her married, and like most women in that time period, she must have wanted to marry, but we can't know exactly what her feelings were about it. So it's possible when they say soft eyes, they could be talking about eyes that were soft because they were red and crinkly from crying. They were haunted. And of course, a thing about that is when she and Rachel were both married to Jacob at first, Yahweh, God, opens the womb of Leah, but not of Rachel, as to kind of compensate Leah for the fact that her husband does not really love her. So he gives her children who will love her. So you've got kind of a dueling jealousies in that family. Leah is jealous of Rachel, who is prettier than she is, and has the genuine love of their husband. And then Rachel is jealous of Leah because Leah has babies who love her, and babies for whom she, who keep her busy, and in that culture, it's really important for her to give birth, and having her womb closed, at least for several years, means that she feels wounded. Another thing about the idea of the soft eyes, which could be called sad eyes, reminded me of the Merle Haggard song, Hungry Eyes. And it was about a impoverished rural couple, and how the wife wanted so much that she couldn't have because of their poverty, that her eyes looked like they were hungry. And the father wanted to feed those hungry eyes,